ask, what do you make of Nandipha's demeanor today in court? I mean, before we saw her crying, and now we saw her saying a little prayer before the court proceedings. What do you make of her appearance today?
Well, as I said to you before, she's highly manipulative and she's going to use any tool. So if it suits her desired outcome to say a prayer and make everybody try to believe that she's religious, then that is exactly what she will resort to. So she will resort to the tactic she thinks will work for her. And also probably she's a little bit fearful, but I really don't believe that anybody that behaves in the way that she has behaved, violating bodies, affecting prison breaks, has too much Christianity in them, to be perfectly honest. So, as I said, I think it's pure manipulation.
And we've seen so many versions of Nandipha Makudumana. First, you know, she was this innocent lady, you know, people were saying, oh, are you sure you have the right person? We then saw her being all lovey-dovey with Thabo Bester in court. We're now seeing the religious side of her. What do you say about those behaviors? It seems as if we're getting split personalities here from Nandipha Makudumana.
No, she's a narcissist with very strong traits of antisocial personality disorder. So remember, these people project the image that they want you to see at the time and the image that suits their purpose at the time. So when she was being the doctor, she needed to project an innocent, trustworthy, come to me for assistance demeanor, which she did as a doctor. Then suddenly she was with Thabo Bester, then she wanted to project the wild side. They were committing fraud. Again, manipulation. They had to win the trust. So again, the innocent demeanor. I'm out here to help you. It's a good investment opportunity, and so on. Then, now she's in court. She wants to manipulate the justice system. Now suddenly, I'm religious, I'm repentant. So they project exactly what they want you to see. And this is what a psychopath and a narcissistic personality do. And that's why they're so good at exploiting people.
You know, when you look at the kind of personality she has and, you know, the different personalities we've seen, I mean, at some point just before this court hearing, we saw her crying in court and she was sobbing for most of, you know, her appearance at that time. You know, surely this will count, you know, for something for her case going forward. You know, maybe if you can just unpack that and just let us know, how does this actually affect her case in the long term?
It doesn't. Any magistrate is legally trained. They will see through this behavior, and with the help of a psychologist or criminologist or a profiler, it'll become even more clear. This is simply a manipulation tactic. She needs to garner sympathy of the public. Therefore, she's crying. And this is exactly what they do. Also, she's feeling very sorry for herself. Believe me, she's not sorry for her crime. She's sorry she got caught. And she's sorry for herself. So yes, she's crying because she's miserable now, because prison is not a overly pleasant place to be. And she's finally realizing, I think, that she is going to spend possibly the next 20 to 25 years of her life in prison.
And I was about to ask, actually, if maybe it has indeed sunk in yet, because I mean, we always see her coming into court with, you know, full-on makeup and a different hairstyle, and, you know, she acts for the cameras. You know, do you think it has indeed sunk in yet? I mean, you are saying that maybe she's coming to terms with her reality.
I think it is beginning to sink in, and I think specifically now with the failure of the bail application, it will sink in even more. She's more than likely, you know, these types of personalities adjust very well to prison usually. And female prisons are not the same place that male prisons are. So you'll probably find, and we see it with these types of personalities, they actually start running the prison. So they just adapt to their circumstances and manipulate everybody in the new environment in which they find themselves. And I suspect this is exactly what will happen with her long term. She'll become highly manipulative in prison. She's a doctor. She'll probably start taking on a position as a tutor. She'll get elevated privileges in the prison. She'll behave herself and she'll be almost a model prisoner. and then she'll try for early release, which is the best way that she'll have of serving the minimal term that she can get away with before applying for parole. And I see that happening. As I said, she will manipulate the prison system, just as she's trying to manipulate the justice system, just as she manipulated the people like her father, into committing crimes. And if you can just imagine that a person that can use their friends and their own father to commit a crime must have no empathy whatsoever, or have absolutely no conscience as to the crimes they commit.
And you know, something that the magistrate there also touched on is something that you've spoken a lot about, is her appearance when she comes into court. And you know, Magistrate Delanga also saying that she appears well groomed and well kempt, so clearly she's quite comfortable behind bars. So this is something that is actually now counted against her, this image she has created when she goes to court. And someone would say that, oh, well, it seems as if you're living a comfortable life behind bars.
Of course, and if you have means, you do tend to live a comfortable life behind bars. These perpetrators with means have the actual prison services running out to buy McDonald's for them for lunch. You know, as long as you can pay in prison, you can live a very comfortable life. Most of the perpetrators in prisons have cell phones. They're contactable. They have contact with the outside world simply because they have means, and they bribe whoever they need to bribe, and they live a fairly comfortable life in prison as long as you have means. It's the people without means that suffer.
And also something also quite important here that the magistrate also looking into is the fact that we saw Nandipha Makudumana saying that you know, Thabo Best took her against her own will, but the magistrate here is saying that, well, you clearly knew what you were doing and how you even got some, and you assisted Thabo Best in his escape. What do you have to say about, you know, versus this innocent picture she's painting from herself, and to what the magistrate clearly said about her, saying that, well, you actually did this knowing?
The magistrate's 100% right. As I said, she's a manipulative little narcissist, in my opinion. And she's trying to manipulate everybody, and the magistrate is seeing through her. Because remember, magistrates see these personalities every single day of their lives. That's what they do for a living. They work with criminals. They see these personalities, they understand them, they know what they're capable of.
All right.
So the magistrate's 100% correct in calling out the behavior.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. There you have it. This is just for those of you who don't really follow the court case, and yeah, this is what's been happening, and it's a lot. It's a lot for Umgele. Like, nothing is just like cute. Thank you so much guys for watching, and bye.